Go live. Oh, hi. We are live. What the hell?
Oh,
Hi,
hi,
everybody.
Stuart. Hi.
I
Welcome
did not hit the
back.
live button. I did not. It's bullshit.
That would work, except there's proof.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't think about it, did you? Huh? Huh?
Oh, hi, Sam.
Oh, hi.
Ah, yeah. Welcome back, guys.
In my famous interaction with Tommy Wiseau was that I went to one of the screenings, and lovely, but he knows. He knows, even if he doesn't know, he knows, right? He can't not know. And so I asked him a question. I was like, you know what? My one chance to talk to him live, I'm going to talk to him live. So I went up to the podium thing, asked him a question, and it was a semi-serious one. I didn't know the question I was going to ask until I got there, because like I've got to get the line. I asked it,
Mm-hmm.
and he makes a joke about the question, doesn't answer the question, and says, "Next question." Now that was a common trait where people ask him the
Yeah.
really like in a sense FU questions. He would, but mine was a semi-real question, bastard. But you can
What was your
imagine being.
question?
I recorded it. I don't remember. Uh, yeah, I couldn't tell you. It was such a. But I met him at the end. He signed it, but he signed it with an unknowably bad autograph. Like it was, and so I managed to I got the script and the Blu-ray, and one I signed as I bought it, and then the other one I got out at the end and hadn't signed it better. The second one he just did for free, and you can actually see he can read it. So I was like, yay, what I can read. Uh,
Nice.
but can you imagine being famous for making a bad film, and and that's what you're known for, and you have to embrace. It's like go into Dragon's Den, Lion's Den every time, of love, but love for crappiness. That's remarkable, right?
Yes. Yes.
So what are we doing today, apart from the room review?
Today we're looking at the most iconic moments in Star Trek, as picked by you
Yes.
guys, and we're gonna rank them. This will obviously be a multi-parter, but we'll cover
Yeah.
what we can today and go from there. And the same rules apply. Super chat in $5 for the one iconic moment, or you can PayPal trekyards@hotmail.com, and for $5 you get to pick two. So it's 2 for 1 over on PayPal.
We love it.
So yeah, benefits all of us in the end. The viewers, the
Just
people selecting the moments, and us.
just not YouTube.
Well,
But also they get enough from us, you know?
why are you moving stuff again?
I I I had a thing I had to turn off and
But oh my God, just
oh, because you had okay. It had a little button that was going to be on screen the entire time. I just had to click off it and it undid whatever you did. But it was a button that was was going to be right in the middle, so I apologize, but it would have been on every shot.
well. God damn it, Sam.
David, what happened? Just try to fix something. But yes, iconic moments.
Perfect.
Now, iconic can mean many things. It can be iconic bad, it can be iconic good. You know, and I think this is going to be a pretty not strict, but pretty The bars are going to be like this is like 50-year iconic, and this is just a good moment because there is so much, right? And this is definitely one that if you guys put in some really good options, might end up having to do a if S to C is just crammed, might have to do a re-review of just the top. In theory, you could put in like 80 or 90 in this, and then re-review the top ones because it's such a big, you know.
Mhm.
It's I mean, as I say, there's a lot of iconic moments in Trek. We're lucky, but there's also a lot of Trek, right? So there's gonna be a lot of
Yes,
moments, you know. So a lot of flexibility, a lot of fun here, a lot of good stuff.
that's right. So yeah,
Oh
super
my
chat in
god.
or PayPal, as we said. Um, and we will get those out there, and we'll talk about them. We'll see how we rank them. If you guys disagree, if one's really like strongly important to you, and you don't like where we put it, you can have the option to move it, of course. So same rules as always.
Yeah, and also we do have some self awareness of what matters to us, and I think it'll go beyond just the what moments we love. You know.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll get sharing. See you in a second.
All right. That gives me a chance to tell all you guys to hit that like button. We've got 7 likes with 17 of you here. We can get those likes up to 20 very easily. So hit the like button if you're just joining us. By all means, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell icon to all so you don't miss any content from us, edited or live, because we love hanging out with you guys. There's also the option to join the channel here on YouTube. Click down there on the join button, or head on over to Patreon/Trekyards, where you can join us on a monthly basis as well. A lot of people do that, and we really appreciate all you guys. So if you can, please do. And also, the description of every video has links. Links to Teespring and the TeePublic store. By all means, check them out, because there's some cool Trekyard stuff there as well as other stuff. So lots of ways to support and help. Our iconic moments, just speeches. No, fuck no. Comic moments are anything. The first time you saw fire photon torpedoes full spread and they shoot out and then full spread torpedo, that'd be an epic moment, an iconic moment. The Borg drilling a hole into the saucer of the Enterprise D and pulling a section out. That's an iconic moment. So lots of ways to interpret iconic moments, whether it be a line, a scene, a moment, a cool gadget you see for the first time, you know, iconicness. The thumbnail says it all. It's fake. Pretty iconic.
Doesn't always have to be a good moment.
Yeah. Well, the first one is Olivia's $5. God.
Now, did she specify which Khan? Because she could have meant the far more iconic Zachary Quinto Khan yell. You know, she subverts your expectations, Stuart. So, did you clear with her which one she meant?
No, I did not, but I'm just going to assume it's the one that doesn't suck. So.
Overriding, eh? Can't take him anywhere, can you?
No.
Now, yeah, this is a really fun one because this is a true beyond pop culture or into pop culture. I mean, obviously, it's much older, most of these things. It's much more movie. There's, you know, and it's a good movie, so it obviously helps other layers. But of course, this has been spoofed in many things. While in the movie, it's actually quite a small moment, right? There's actually loads of scenes in that film that are more important, more interesting. The absurdity of it, yet the commitment to it, the fact that it doesn't feel absolutely out of place. Like, it wouldn't, without the echo yell, it would be just he's letting it all go. It's because the movie makes it more satirical. They don't mean to, but it ends up how it goes. It gives its big weight of just silliness that is still serious, but silly. So it's a pretty unique moment in that regard.
Yes. And it's not meant to imply in the movie that it's so loud it echoes through space, but it's just hilariously done.
Yeah.
And the fact that the rage for Khan as to what he's done, like, I've said this a few times. Shatner's a pretty good actor when you break it down, especially in these movies. After, when we go through and review them, he does some really fantastic work. This is one of them. Like, you could just feel the rage coming off of him.
Yeah.
And the shaking, like, I just want to know how many takes this took. And, because Nicholas Meyer is famous for saying that Shatner's great. He'll do it quite a few times, but to get the best performance out of him, you got to make him bored. Make him bored, have him do it like 9 times, and you're going to get a good take because he's not trying to act. He's not going over the top. So I'd like to know about this one because this is one that is fairly well known and mocked, as you said, parodied. But yeah, I think it's an absolutely iconic moment from one of the best, if not the best, Star Trek movie.
Well, it's kind of like Heath Ledger in Dark Knight. You want to know how I got these scars, right? Everything about the way he plays that is just a little bit, It's a bit extra, and it's become a zeitgeist moment of quotability because it's just like there's some extra something there. This is very similar. It's just that was a choice he made. Because I can't imagine. I mean, I don't imagine for a second Nicholas Meyer said, right, go 190% of volume, break our sound recording equipment, and shake like that's not what he was directed to do, but he brought something. As you said, I'd love to know how many takes and what were the alts. You know, I hope someday we can get these films that truly, you know, we can see the dailies. I'd love to see what this because they're obviously going to be shooting mostly the good takes, and you know, you're saving, you know, 35mm. It costs per second, so they're not going to waste it. But I would love to see just camera A on day 14, every inch of footage, and see what Shatter's like outside of the takes and getting into performance. You know, there's. I'd be interested to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, there's a new button.
New
Oh,
button.
yeah, on YouTube, there's a members only live stream new. Schedule a live to switch to members only. Ooh, interesting. I don't want to do that, but interesting.
Well, we've always had the choice to members only stream, but we
But
never
then
do.
switch it to midstream.
Oh, we can tell secrets.
Yeah.
And then can we switch back? Can we switch back?
I don't dare touch it, otherwise, you know. I'm going to start a poll,
Wow.
though, while you guys submit some ideas. And again, PayPal 2 for 1. So if you have one idea, suddenly it becomes 2 via the PayPal. Trekyards@hotmail.com. I will start a poll as well.
Yeah. $5 PayPal, and you can suggest 2 moments that we can talk about. So, alrighty. Yeah, so for this one, I think it is fairly iconic for a number of reasons. I think it transcends the show as well a little bit. A few people might not know the context behind it, but they are aware that it's Kirk and it's Star Trek and Khan's a bad guy. You know, so they might not understand the actual character motivation for screaming like this, but it's one of those things that I think transcends the pop culture barrier a little bit, um, which is something that a lot of things in Star Trek do. So I don't know if it's not gonna be an S tier, I don't think, because I mean it could be for some people. Um, I'm willing to go A and see where we go from there, because as we find out with these things, context is key because we fit other things in, and it's like, eh. So I'm not sure if I want to throw this at S right away, personally.
Disagree. I think this is an S. So I know you're holding back there. I know you want to put an S.
I was.
So I appreciate it, but I'm going to overrule your holding back, because it is
Okay.
anything from the older stuff is going to be more iconic because it's already had time to, you know, right? Nothing from Picard season 1 is even going to get close because it already it has extra. But this is such a moment that it is, you know, it is beyond most things. Like, it'd be so interesting to go to a person who knows Star Trek but hasn't watched it. Like once we like in the same week you talked about something you didn't know anything about, and me, and then we each laughed at what we, you know, our version of what we think that thing is. And I guarantee this would be on a non-fans. Can you name me 10 things of Star Trek, and very likely want to be, oh, a Khan, like a yell, like not A and B put together, but I think yeah, might not be one of my most iconic moments, but it's hard to go much further, right?
Yeah, okay. I was trying to be a little bit restrained, so
There's not that many zeitgeists that go past Trek, so this is
okay.
one. But drawing out the poll, which I thought was quite interesting when I was evolving as I was doing.
Ooh, which is more iconic? Khan's death, Kirk's death, Picard's death, Data's death? Which one? There's been multiple Data deaths. Um,
Well, I guess it's why it's 0, because which and if at all. And I thought that was just interesting because, I mean, they're all iconic in their own way. One ends a movie, one ends a show, kind of. One ends another movie. Well, okay, many movies. Yeah, I want to throw it in there as an interesting poll. All right, so we've got a couple in the buffer, guys, while you think of your moments. A couple of kind of random ones from previous episodes. But I'm going to bring another TOS one because it is definitely on the icon list. This is I'm gonna summarize it as the visual of Kirk fighting the Gorn. Not one particular moment because there's a few oddities.
yeah.
Just the visual of these two people fighting. Iconicness.
Yeah. Again, this is one that's heavily scrutinized and mocked by a lot of people, showing like the ridiculousness of the man in a rubber suit vibe from the 60s. But again, it's one that transcends the pop culture barrier a little bit, I think. Um, it's it's transitioned over into commercials. Like there's a commercial with the Gorn and Kirk on a couch. Um, it shows the cleverness and also the jankiness that is TOS Star Trek, kind of in one scene, if you will. And I think it's I think this Gorn is super iconic and definitely needs to um, get a high ranking here because should have been carried over to Strange New Worlds, but was not. But as for this moment, yeah, I think a lot of people are aware of it, even not being Star Trek fans. Some people don't appreciate it for what it the point or the moral around the particular episode. But it's Kirk fighting a man in a rubber suit who's moving very slowly at Vasquez rocks. There's so many like cliches going on here that yeah, I think it's definitely iconic for multiple reasons. So yeah,
That's true. Your signals are getting a little bit ropey. Would you like to swap to Zoom as to clear it up?
I suppose so.
All right. Let me hang up and send that signal as that thing. See you in a second.
Okay.
All right. Put
Yes.
in some ideas, guys. Sorry for that slight. Solaris, just yours. Fantastic. Yeah, so as I say, PayPal to get double. And we want to add loads to the list here. So submit and let's get talking. Not talking, talking. Let's invite old Stuart the Foley into a Zoom chat. And yeah, so many moments, right? And this is where contrast. Contrast is going to be super interesting, super important here. And I am super interested in what you guys are going to have to say. Hey, Scotch, whatever you guys want to say. And yes, Tim Ross, like. The like button, very important. We do like the like button. Stuart, the Lifeform song, again, really, yeah, really, really iconic. But how iconic is the question? I don't know what the answer is. You tell me. In McGee,
Is this better?
we'll find out.
Perfect. Cool. Um, yeah, as I was saying, I think this is probably a bigger deal in the sense of pop culture than it is in Star Trek per se. Like it's up there in Star Trek,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's kind of the vibe I was going for.
Yeah, this one's tricky because it's a flashpoint that I think is getting less important the further we are away from it. Versus Khan, movies are more watchable than episodes and they hold up a lot better. So Khan is only built over time. Gorn works for TOS audience and those that grew up with it, but not anyone else. Like not so much the new people as Khan. You can just watch movies for fun. This is harder to do in the modern sense. I think something a lot less than S, but S is the top standard, right? And yeah,
Yeah.
I would just for the sake of seeing where we go here, I would vote this as a high B. So I think there is space between this and this. That there'll be some stuff, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
clearly
I think
iconic,
so.
but I think there's definitely things above. There should be, right? I think if this was
Yeah.
like if we were in 1960, 1970, this would be like right there, right as iconic. But you know, yeah, not quite there.
So I'm thinking, you're thinking A then?
No, I'm saying high B to give some to give some
Oh, high
space.
B. Okay.
Yeah, which is just a B, of course. But I think there's there's some space in between.
Yeah.
It's iconic though. Just yeah.
All right. Then we've got Solaris, the long hauler railfan, $5.
Thank you so much.
What about the arrival of the
Mm,
Enterprise at Earth space dock in Star Trek 3? Yes, 100%
great
yes.
music. I'll let you
This was, oh,
crop that.
there's like a button on the,
Oh. Yes, that was why I had to. That's why I clicked the other day earlier.
oh, okay. Yes. I remember being like enthralled with this, watching this when I was younger.
It's a good phrase.
Because for all of TOS, I mean, you never really got a sense of
Bleat.
what. Yeah, exactly. I mean, motion picture, you get the space dock, you get things like that. Rathacon, you just get the retread of that. It's just the space dock again.
Yeah.
Not space dock, dry dock. Um, this was something new. Like, yeah, dry dock is cool, being out there just floating, basically scaffolding around the
Yeah.
ship. This is like a garage, multi-ship garage that you pull into. You see how small the Enterprise is in comparison, and just
Mm-hmm.
you get this sense of like this is a central hub for starships. This was really awesome to see, and it's one of the reasons that I think Star Trek 3 is one of my favorite movies, is because of
Mm.
stuff like this. There's so much introduction to new
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and this absolutely falls into that category. So this is probably different for general Star Trek fans as opposed to people like Sam and I that are more ship focused fans, which is going to have to be a little bit of a caveat with this one.
Because gut reaction, I would say, and you tell me what you think. I would say that in the general fandom, only mere moments later, the if my mum had wheels, she'd be a wagon. I think that's more iconic a moment than this. Even though
Hmm.
we love ships more, I think that is liked by more people in a more general sense. Like that line and that interaction, thinking fresh ideas, like that little bit, than this, even though this is amazing. Make sense?
Yeah,
But then you
yeah,
have
but I,
like,
I tend to bundle all that together into this like one thing because it is all this
but they're
action
moments,
space
right?
dock
Otherwise, that's
sequence.
a scene. I mean, I agree.
Yeah,
Famous scene. This would be freaking like right.
yeah.
Same thing. The launch of the theft of the Enterprise. More iconic moment than this as well. Like people forget they're going in. People remember they're going out. Right. So wherever we find the chart, the theft is going to be higher anyway. Oh man, this is tricky. 'Cause I think it's a far cry from Gorn because that is such an iconic moment. But if someone's put in
Yeah.
theft of the Enterprise, that I think will also be high. So I think on this chart, my vote, my guts is a D, which seems harsh, but I think again there's a space between this and Gorn that we're gonna fill easily.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot of iconic moments. And even the lowest one is gonna be pretty epic.
All right, so I'll throw that a D then.
Very respectful D.
Personally, I think it might have to be shuffled up at some point later, but we'll see.
Right, we'll see.
All right.
Let me throw in an Enterprise one because we've done three TOS slash movies in a row. Wow,
Yep.
that zoomed in. The end of season 2, the 9/11 of Star Trek, which was an allegory of 9/11, of the Xindi probe attacking and wiping out and making a giant crater. The first time Earth had been attacked formally, because
Yeah.
Star Trek Voyager wasn't very much attacking, and then Whale probe wasn't technically an attack. So this was like a proper attack,
Hmm.
and you could not have seen it coming from how Enterprise went. Especially, I remember watching this live, thinking, "Enter Vanilla show, it's quite safe and it's alright, it's fine." And this is like, oh damn, we're doing real television all of a sudden. Wow, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Still doesn't do anything for me. I'm wiping out a swath of Florida. I mean, first time I saw this, I was super underwhelmed and unimpressed. Going back and rewatching it since, it's like, yeah, okay. It's still kind of just not punchy for me.
Wow. He
It
has
just
no
seems kind of
heart. Oh.
it just seems kind of silly. Um,
Ooh, silly. Why silly?
because
And yes, I am stalling to be able to super chats and just,
you could have wiped out like another, like why Florida? Like pick somewhere important, like the UK. Wipe that out. Wipe out a place in Europe. Wipe out New York. Fucking Florida. Like you're doing Earth a favor by taking out Florida. Florida man, whatever, right? Like it's just stupid. And it's not that impressive of a weapon. It
well,
just it still doesn't
for the era it is.
I don't care.
Oh,
It doesn't feel impactful to me personally,
wow.
even though I know that, it's a much better story beat than what I thought initially when I first saw it. It is more important in the grand scheme of things, but I don't really care. This is not one that I would think of at all or even list in my top 20 of Star Trek moments.
But it's definitely
I
one of
wouldn't
the
even
most
consider
iconic,
this.
it's one of the most iconic Enterprise moments because there's a lot less of them.
I mean,
It
sure.
literally causes season 3, which makes every character super different, and then, etc. etc. Is the huge catalyst of the show becoming good. You know, this is the
Yeah.
this is the
Okay.
Cisco wears a goatee. You know,
Okay.
and that's a sad thing. If this almost iconic moments of Enterprise is going to be an F, that tells you what about Enterprise, right? There might not be anything in Enterprise that even makes the list, right? Like possibly, we don't know, which is interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like that it's iconic for Enterprise. It's one of the most key moments. It sets up so much.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it, being like, "Oh my god, it's an amazing cliffhanger!" Because now, especially their whole episode is a rush gig of like, now we have to go get the ship refitted. We're gonna go to the Expanse. We're gonna find the birds of prey, which is a big deal, and then fight the Clink.
Yeah.
Almost kill Durst. Go in, and it starts amazing, and they've got to wait 6 months for the season. It's crazy.
Okay. Okay. Well, where would you place it? Because I'm gonna let you do this one.
Oh no, on this list it's an F, but that's because we've already put in,
Oh, okay.
a strong. Well, yeah, because I mean, yeah, yeah, because a movie is going to have. That's what I'm saying. We might now have
Okay.
made
Okay.
anything
Okay.
from Enterprise just on F by default, which is really sad. But right,
Well,
it's
I
most
mean,
iconic. That's what I'm saying of what people might submit.
yeah.
Crazy, poor Enterprise. It's not that iconic a show. That's kind of part of the problem, right? All right, on the right hand side, you've got the first of submitted ones in the PayPal, Maestro Buddy Pal.
PayPal, you say?
Do you guys agree or not agree? That is the question. Some interesting
Okay. Let's
ideas,
see what we
guys.
got here. We have got from Rayrix, Riker, Fire, Best of Both Worlds. Dun 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 dun. All right. For being the final epic moment of part one of Best of Both Worlds, this was fantastic. This was changing the game. Is the Enterprise going to be able to stop the Borg? Are they going to kill Picard in the process? What's going to happen? Did their trick with the deflector thing work? We don't know because we got to wait however many months until and the music, the tension, the acting, everything in this scene was fantastic. And then we see part two, and it's just kind of a.
No, there's no part two. There's no negative. No. That's the end of that's the end. It
I,
continued or cancelled, right? That's the end. There's nothing else, right? Sure.
well, it's absolutely an S tier then, because it's one of those moments that changed the course of TNG as far as like we don't know if we're gonna. We've already lost Tasha. We don't know if we're gonna lose Picard. You got this new commander here, Shelby. Like, is this going to be the new thing moving forward? Like, it was also the first cliffhanger in Star Trek history. Um,
Well, Terminator
just a
Intruder.
very
A decade waiting for.
anyway, just yeah, this is an absolute epic moment. Everything about it, especially the music. Like, there's just so much great about this, and then it just gets let down at the beginning of the next episode. But that's fine. As for this moment standalone, yeah, it's absolutely iconic.
I feel like
So,
when I originally watched this episode, it was as a combined episode. So the two-part has never had the effect on me because I just continue watching it. So for me,
depth. Yeah.
Locutus appearing is far more iconic a moment than this because that resonates. He's
Yes.
assimilated. It's an amazing makeup. We've lost Picard. Then him saying fire and then doing nothing. So this is it's a great moment, but it's not as iconic as seeing Locutus. Even Sleep Data in its own stupid way is iconic because it's dumb. For me, more than this, because this is let down by 3 seconds later. Instantly, it falls flat on its face. And that is one big moment. Not literally, but like as a story. So that's personally, I would vote that. But it's definitely no Khan. You know, it's nowhere near a Khan zeitgeist-wise. And like I said, I think it's more iconic moments in the episode itself, right? Personally. What's another one as well?
Yeah, but
Or you know when the soul separates and they go like that's always a really fun CG moment for me as well. Not CG, but you know the G moment or the E moment.
Yeah, but I think a lot of those, while being in the same episode and like iconic, and sure some might be a little bit above, but I think a lot of them are on the same level. So there's a lot of epic moments in those episodes. So.
This would be a lower tier for me. So see, for me,
I'm fine to put it at A.
Well, I say for me, this would be less than the Gorn.
Really?
Because again, contrast, right? Because Gorn is so iconic. Because yeah, so I if we can compromise and do B, you go A, I go C, we go B, and then Peel can move. Sure. Yeah. And we do encourage if people think strongly about it, have us change it for the $5. Absolutely. We like the interaction.
And then Ray Ricks goes on to say, Sisko's monologue in the Pale Moonlight computer erase that entire personal log. Yes, this for me is one of the best episodes, if not the best episode of Star Trek. Finely acted, finely crafted, really great storytelling, showing the Federation, warts and all, doing what it needs to do. Well, at least
just to be a classic murder, officer. You know, accidental murder.
Yeah,
you
know. But honestly, just Garrick doing what needs to be done because he knows Sisko's not going to ask for it, and basically saving the Alpha Quadrant. So much about this episode is great. Avery's acting here is phenomenal. That's the fourth wall breaking. He's not really. He's looking at the audience while just recording his log. He must be staring at like a statue or a painting on his wall. But yeah, this for me is, for me and a lot of Star Trek fans, this is going to be right up there with Khan. However, for a more general Star Trek audience, they might not clock this moment or this particular episode in the same way. But for me, it's absolutely up there. I love the struggle he's having, justifying what's happened, what needed to happen, and how it happened. And at the end, just the write-off of, yeah, I can live with it. I can live with it, you know, because the whole monologue was a justification for the events that, and whether the right thing was done. And I think because of the outcome, it overshadowed a lot of the difficulties he was having. So yeah, I think the monologue is fantastic.
You know, it's funny, Marie just watched the Hugh episode, and it shows how different they are as people. Sisko would have no hesitation in the same time before if his wife got killed, he'd have no hesitation in poisoning the entire Borg collective with Hugh and causing whatever damage. He'd be like, oh, it's worth the risk. Wouldn't think about it. And then Picard wouldn't do this, right? They are not morally the same person. But, you know, Winston Churchill, he won World War II, as in, versus the previous Prime Minister because he had the stomach for war versus not. So, unfortunately, someone's got a less good man and a less good time. You know?
Yeah.
But we know, Sisko's a very flawed person. And that's part of the charm, right? As I'm over half the cast of DS9. All of them aren't great people, for a reason. Yeah, this one's super tricky because a lot of Trek fans won't have even seen DS9 to the absurdity of that sentence, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of them aren't going to notice one episode. Again, it seems silly. And that feels annoying, but it's super true. So it definitely hasn't permeated whatever, but it's definitely a moment on every list of best moments of DS9. So you'd like to think it's resonated beyond that. But
It's an if you know, you know.
yeah, but as soon as you put Best of Both Worlds, it doesn't get close to Best of Both Worlds for iconicness, for fandom. But it's a better moment. But is it? It is because it
It's a
doesn't.
more human moment.
Well, it's a better moment. It's better acted, and it pays off in its own self.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, it's got to be a. I feel like it should be a C because it's above Enterprise entering. Even that's more iconic to lots of people, but it's higher than that because it's more clever. But ain't no Best of Both Worlds.
I'm overriding that as a personal. This is
Okay.
I get what you're saying because I said it too. A lot of the general audience might not clock this one on their radar.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hey, talk us
it's
through it,
got to be
buddy.
up
Talk
there.
through it. No, we're
I already
listening.
did. It's got
Oh,
to be up there with come on.
oh, right.
I'm sorry. This has got to be an S tier. It might be a select group that thinks so, but for the people that think that, there's absolutely definitive reasons why. And I think to give it any less is just a slap in the face.
Wow. Okay.
And
Well,
somebody can move it down if they really feel that strongly about it. And I know you do. So you're going to pay to move it down, Sam?
no. But I will take the. I will take. No, it's fine. Hey, dude, that's fine. I will take the one veto power that I will now gain from that. I'm fine with that.
Sure.
Absolutely fine. That's the thing. If you feel that strongly, that's part of the game, right? Iconic is personal as well. So 100%, yeah. Not a problem. Unless everyone really, really disagrees, then.
Wow. Perfect. We'll leave
All
it for
right.
there.
All right. On the PayPal again, and then we'll jump into the super chats.
Okay. Classic for real, of course. Discovery Season 3, that's a freaking flying rainforest. Of course, the rainforest ship has to make an appearance because of classic. So,
F. On the Trekyards ratio, be higher, thanks to you, sir. But, boy, talk about the fandom. What percentage of fandom didn't watch Discovery Season 3? What percentage remember this episode? What percentage, you know? And it's not as if this ship ever even came back, right? Beyond just maybe in the background. It would have been great to have seen an episode on it. Super cool. But they designed it. It GN'd the end. It GN'd the end, Stuart.
yes. Then he goes on to say Enterprise Season 1, Tucker getting pregnant.
I did have a thought. Oh, I didn't pitch that because how you summarize that? That's why I did that. Tug getting pregnant.
Just have him in the boat. Just have him in the boat. With
Boat's good. I like boat. Okay, read 5 episode then.
Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, how do you summarize? It's definitely memorable for Enterprise. The Cerulean ship, I believe, is what it's called.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the fact that the human male is going through pregnancy with no real intimate contact as far as he's concerned. It's iconic for Enterprise, absolutely. I don't know, I don't think it's that. I don't know. I don't have much to say about this because it's just kind of like it's a funny kind of side quest thing that's easily fixed, and it's not really that impactful of a storyline. I guess there's some moral issue in there about consent because he didn't know what had happened.
Well, I mean, she thought he consented because he did all the steps for consent in her culture.
Yeah.
He put her hand to the thing that she knew that whatever. It's funny for me. I think the when Trip is sort of cloned, and that guy dies.
Sim, yeah.
I think that's more iconic to me than this because that's so much like character weight. This is fun. Yeah. It's a good idea, but again, season 1 of Enterprise, it can only be so good. I think that is more iconic for Enterprise. It has a lot more questions and answers and stories. Yeah, but boy, compare it to the Xindi weapon. Not even on the same ballpark, right? So maybe a low F, just, you know, like nudge it a little bit lower in the frame.
Put it right here.
Oh, yes.
And he's got one more because he put in 750.
He did.
So TNG season 2 when they encounter the outrageous Okana.
Yes, which is almost more iconic now because of what's it called? Prodigy.
Was that Picard here doing his thing?
Nope. That's him saying that's his wonderful thing about so loving Roxana.
Here then. That's what I thought, but I thought it was.
How outrageous are O'Connor, Stuart? That is the question.
It's an F.
Oh.
Like, sure, he carries over to Prodigy and Lower Decks, but good acting, I guess. But it's a Romeo and Juliet episode, and I don't think it's very iconic at all. I mean, I think the funnier moments from it are Data trying to learn stand-up comedy,
which doesn't age that well because the comedians work at the time, but not now. So that's going to age worse and worse, which is why doing modern day political jokes at the time age themselves out. You know, but it's hard to have timeless jokes. He's definitely, and we reviewed like guest stars, he's higher on the list, but that's because of slightly the joke of him as well. He's not that interesting, but he's some interesting, right?
Yeah,
because we like a scoundrel, you know. We like a Han Solo. Go figure. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he's a
F.
It is.
Okay.
It's almost like you guys need to, like, you know, try and think of the best ones to get in the thing.
Yeah. All right, on to Super Chats. Jock Cop, £2. It's the Enterprise. E saves the Defiant. Yes, sir. Epic moment. This huge. Well, we've seen it once prior to this, earlier in this movie, or it's in the nebula.
Oh yeah.
First time seeing the.
Well, it warps out as well.
Time seeing the,
but third time, yeah.
Yeah. First time seeing it in action, and comparative size wise to the Defiant, kind of zipping in between the Borg cube and the Defiant, and doing all the phaser fire, and yeah, absolutely stunning.
And since the Defiant's a large, weak ship, to see the even bigger, stronger ship next to it is crazy.
The not littler ship. I don't know. Yeah, very good action moment, and a brand new starship with a lot of people absolutely love, and it does look good in motion doing things. So this is a great scene for it. So yeah, absolutely super iconic. And used later sort of in Lower Decks. It's another Enterprise coming in. That kind of saved the day moment. Although I think that's actually should be on this list too, though. The Titan coming in to save the day on Lower Decks.
That's not up to us, Stuart. I mean, we don't have power over this list. Not really, huh? Yeah, this is one of those things where it just makes you smile every time. The way it's framed, the fact that it's Worf, the desperation, the strength of the music, it's an orchestrated moment of just, yeah. Especially given, in theory, this is the worst thing you could be doing, which is finding a Borg cube. So the fact that it creates a hero moment, and then abstractly the E never feels in danger in the movie, as in this battle, which is another testament to it's fine. But of course it's coming fresh. It's like any new army person walking in after 34 hours of battle, he's going to look like a bloody marvel compared to worn officers with 3 bullets left, right? Hey, I've got 2 full mags, I'm fine. Yeah, well, yeah. but it is heroic for sure. And it, people that love the E, it's probably one of their top moments. Given there's only so many moments of the E ever, right? There's only so many movies, right? I know they're basically the same moment, but what's more iconic, this or ramming speed? Because they aren't the same moment, but they're both, well loved.
This one, it's got more
Yeah.
of a heroic vibe to it.
Yeah.
Let's just fit it in.
Sure.
Um, yeah, because you got the swell of the Star Trek music as well, whereas when Worf is saying, ramming speed, there's more of a Klingon vibe to the music.
It's
This
dark
is more
humor.
of, yeah, this is more of an epic, da 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 da, saving the day kind of thing. So I hate ranking these things. We should just discuss them and not rank them because I feel like we're always doing it just disservice when we rank them.
Oh. Well,
So where would you put it?
My gut says C because I feel like it's more people who are younger resonate with this. It's more epic. Like I say, it's literally the first epic moment of the E, and it is sort of the Borg cube. It's all in the same sort of mild sequence. Yeah, not like a big bold C, but I feel like it's arguably the other best Trek movie, right? It's only one more pill rewatch randomly. Fits in very well. Love it.
No idea what that. Most people coming in won't know what that is. So.
That's okay.
Next up, we got JW 5 pounds, random one, but I love the moment when the Enterprise D fired simultaneous phasers and torpedoes against the Hussock ship. Showed a true alpha strike.
I did have to think about that for a second as a moment, which is not a good sign. But it is cool.
It is very cool. Seeing the shield impacts and stuff, but yeah, I would have never have guessed if you had asked me what's the first instance or one of the instances where the Enterprise D fires phasers and photons together. I wouldn't have clocked this. So
That's definitely a beer challenge. Where like, a pub just like, when was the first time this? And I was like, oh yeah, kind of moment.
yeah,
It's cool, but for me, I don't know if you'd agree. I would say more epic a moment would be when at the end of Q when it's firing its half torpedoes, that epic close up, and we like it's everything we've got and does nothing. For me, that would be more epic moment.
Yep. Yeah, for me, unfortunately, this one's probably going to be an F.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean it's not iconic. I mean, it is for some people, but
we're heavy hittering, which is kind of the point. Interesting.
Yeah. So don't hate us.
No.
You can move it if you really feel strongly about it. So $5 to move it up or down a tier.
I like it. All right, next.
Classic for real, $5. Discovery Season 3, Unification 3. Burnham's mom tells her we don't say the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few anymore. We canceled that. Oh, for fuck's sake. What is she...
I don't remember that moment, and therefore not
Neither
a good
do
sign.
I. And people have been mentioning it. Probably just you, Classic, but that's not a thing anymore, and I don't remember that at all. So, yeah, it's an absolute off the board F.
Yeah, I don't.
But I'll leave it on the board.
I like the episode. I don't even remember that. So, and because of Red Angel, that's more iconic for dumbness, And the sad thing is, I like science.
A little bit more iconic.
Yeah, is because you can have
it's iconic for the wrong reasons,
right? Embarrassingly so, and it might be slightly us as well. We love that as a moment, but that is, yeah.
All right, let's never speak of Discovery again. Mark Lawrence, $5. I've got to go with the Doomsday Machine when Kirk asks Decker where his crew is. Third planet. There is no third planet. There was, but not anymore. Yep. There he is, Decker being all Deckery.
Having a great time.
Yeah, he definitely portrayed like a PTSD survivor syndrome guy, dude, really well. And it's made fun of quite often, and not anymore. At least I make fun of it all the time. So,
Well, they say PTSD. He isn't post it. He's still in it. So he's just
this is true. This is true.
TD.
Well, it was like more than 10 minutes ago, so it was
Okay,
post.
fair.
Um, but yeah, absolutely iconic TOS moment for sure. Again, a lot of people that have come to Star Trek a little later on, even in TNG, might not fully be aware of this instance, but hopefully you would be.
For me, it's a tricky one
But yeah,
because Doomsday has more iconic moments overshadow this, like the Doomsday Machine, right? So I think this is a important but overshadowed moment, and the fact that one feels to me so much higher than the other ones. I wouldn't pick this one personally. Even just you could argue there's like a moment swell of the Jaws. I mean the Doomsday music, swells and there's a moment and it's crash like that's epic. This is low key epic, right? It's character epic. It's brutal epic. But would you say it's the most epic part of the episode?
it's up there in the top five, maybe.
Yes, I would agree.
But yes, that's not the most epic
Because
for
if
sure.
people put the Doomsday Machine doing something Doomsday-y, I probably would have said in the A's. Because that stuck with people. How silly that thing is, it's still stuck with people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the ice cream cone of death.
Cement Windsock.
Yeah. So I'd rank this one then because it's gut punch. Like, well, hey, top 10 gut punches. That'd be a hell of a list. Ooh.
For me, probably D. Still, it's still iconic, but it's not.
Yeah. Well, it sets the entire tone of the episode, right? Yeah, go for it. Dan Byrne, Doomsday is one of his favorite episodes. Yes, it's a great episode. But boy, as a filmmaker, you cannot use those tunes anywhere else because that is one and done. Those are locked into that episode. A lot of TOS is kind of reused, but that is so distinct, right?
All right, we got Solaris with $5.
Thanks much.
Another could be the arrival of the Defiant at Deep Space Nine. I think it's low key iconic. Again, you have to know
Hey, Robert.
your DS9 lore, which not a lot of people do necessarily. But yeah, the whole thing leading up to it, the weird emissions, like it's only like a minute or so, right? But it's
Yeah,
what's going on, and then all of a sudden the reveal of this new style of Federation ship, return of Cisco.
the change
A
of his
lot of
hair.
epicness going on. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's super tricky because, like, this one shot is not an iconic shot. It's a cool shot, but it's so low key, literally and figuratively, right? This doesn't read as, wow, the Defiant's back or here. It's the concept of it, right? That is epic, which is so odd for, right? What could be a giant thing. The episode's pretty epic and there's pieces in it. This is quite a low key. I'm assuming they picked this because it wouldn't reveal the shape of the ship fully. I wonder. But yeah, I mean, with heavy hitters that hit the zeitgeist, right? I was just saying, I wonder if they deliberately picked a low key angle so they could have a full reveal later in the episode. Because this is not a really strong reveal. So I wonder if it was like, we gotta see it, but how do we see it not hero moment, right?
Yeah, probably. I would bet that was the case, yeah.
Yeah. Because the it's tricky. It is epic, but not in an epic way, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give up on ranking these until you until I feel one that I'll get one that I feel confident with. I don't know
Okay.
what to say about this, so
I mean,
I'll let
yeah,
you lead the way and bounce off that.
F again because it's not,
Okay,
for
that's
DS9.
what I was thinking,
Yeah.
but I felt bad about it.
No, because there are things like this, the Wave Warrior when it's firing at all the ships. Like that's iconically epic, right? That would be right up the list of DS9 launching, firing. Like we find, there are moments that are really bold. This is a good moment, but right? I mean, it's no rainforest ship, and that's where it F.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Matt Yarrington, $5. The long, gorgeous, beautifully orchestrated flyby of the Defiant Enterprise in space dock from TMP. Practical ship effects at their most beautiful. Yeah, it's definitely a scene that I've watched ad nauseum, usually for paint reference and stuff when I'm building a model. But little overplayed. But again, this is a lot of people, me included, think that the ship is one of the characters of the show, if not one of the most important characters. It's not just a ship, it is a character in and of itself. We hadn't seen this thing since TOS, right? It's the first time seeing it again, refit beautifully and cinematic as well. So they took the time to show
boy,
it
do they
in
take
all
the
of its
time.
glory. They absolutely took the time, yeah. And it was so good, they used it twice because Nicholas Meyer reused it in Star Trek 2. Um, but that's okay. So, yes, absolutely one of the best, for me, epic moments and iconic, hands down, of all of Star Trek. So, for me, this is going to be an S. This is one I feel strongly about, but it's showing off my favorite character that's back on the big screen. Finally, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well said, kind of. You're lucky to see this in the cinema for the 4K remaster and on the big screen in 4K. All the pixels, all the resolution. You see it in a way you can never see it on your phone, on your tablet, on your TV. There's no way to experience the true way this is meant to be experienced unless you're in the cinema. And it's kind of sad that but it's like Avatar, right? I watched Avatar, first one, cinema twice, in my dorm once, and it felt like a TV movie almost in my dorm. It's how small it felt all of a sudden to cinema, right? This is a cinema experience where the ship has a scale. These are visuals and scenes that are in every trailer, every teaser, every art, campaign from, I'm sure, Star Trek TMP to 5, right? Like, we've got this amazing scale thing. We're going to use it again because it's expensive, as in, to promote. It's like how in Generations they're using battle shots from 6 and 5 and 4 because it's promotion, right? So it's such an iconic bit of architecture. Although it's funny, some of the individual shots aren't iconic because there's so many, right? The ones that really stand out are. Hence, I went for the big, broad one. But yeah, I mean, this made, I'm sure, many people cry. You know,
Only the bitches.
yes. No, I agree. So this is an S because it is an iconic symbol, testament, moment. I mean, the money you're looking at on screen for the time is absurd, right? Nothing here existed, and everything here is cinema quality, from the work bees, the little people, to the lights, the insanity that took to make this as a model. So much money they invested in this one bit. It's a long bit, but it's one bit. So yeah, 100% S. 100%.
Perfect. S.
Like, it's not epic because people talk about it. It's epic because everyone knows it to their soul.
Yes.
Right? You don't need to talk about it because we've all seen it. We're all mad annoyed how long it is, but in like a nice way. We all know.
Yes. All right. What is next? Classic for real, $3. Shore up. Jock Cops Super, please.
Yes, he put in 199.
It's so true. Yes. Yeah, we already did that one. So.
Yes. Thanks so much.
Mark Lawrence. Yes, we appreciate you, Classic. Mark Lawrence, $5. Cochrane looking for them Cochrane looking for then blasting magic carpet ride in First Contact. Even my non-Trek loving loving
Hmm.
friends love that scene. Uh, a good choice of music, sure. I don't consider this super iconic, if I'm honest.
Hmm.
Something about me I don't want to say this is iconic because I don't feel it is.
It's memorable
It's memorable for sure,
because
and it's
tonally
iconic.
so off for the rest of the movie, which is intentional.
Yeah, it's kind of iconic in the space flight chronology sense of the word, but not at all really, because I don't know. For me, it doesn't hit the iconic at all. It is a super great scene, and like Sam said, memorable, and it's kind of fun that you hear the modern music and you can get into the scene and the excitement of it. But it's not iconic, I don't think. Sorry, Mark.
Instant gut reaction is Troy getting drunk more iconic than this moment.
I wouldn't say that's iconic either, but it's more memorable, I think.
Yeah, I'd say it's more iconic than this because that includes her flirting with Riker and Cochrane throwing his thing. Like that scene, I think is far more. This makes sense to be satisfying, but I think because you never see Troy drunk is more iconic out of the two. Like that's in comedy trailers. This is like, oh, cool. I will never. This sounds a bit harsh. I'll never watch First Contact and fully embrace him as Cochrane, given what we saw in TOS. He's so radically. I understand you can change, especially if once you save the world, but to have such a radical departure from any semblance of what it was in TOS. I get why it makes him more engaging, but it's like, is that really the savior? But I guess it makes him human. Makes him human. But yeah, like I said, I would say the drunk scene is more iconic because it's more funny. People like funny. This is mildly amusing, right? And kind of cute.
Yeah. So we're effing it.
We are gonna F all over it. Hmm.
Perfect. Ray Ricks, £5. Riker to A. Before the internet was widespread, that moment was even mentioned in mainstream media at the time. Fandom tension was real.
Now I get what he means. He means best of both worlds. Didn't know what that meant.
Riker to A.
Yes, best of both worlds. Riker picture.
This one that's already on the board.
Mm-hmm. He's doing a move.
Okay, I'm confused, but that's okay.
Okay, reread it again, but change Riker to best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds to A. Oh, gotcha.
You're welcome. We've got an A, Stuart. We've got an A. Huzzah.
Perfect.
Perfect. We've now played the board.
Kaya Wong, £5.
Thanks so much.
When Cisco confronts Garrick in his shop about the senator assassination.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this one.
The table.
Yeah. Bam.
I mean, it's Cisco being Cisco, not pulling any punches, literally. It's kind of unstarfleet of him, but I mean, he tends to do unstarfleet things all the time, which I kind of love. And Garrick knows he kind of deserves it, so it's not that big of a deal. It's a fantastic scene. Everything about this episode is just great.
Yeah.
It's so realistic. It's so down to earth. It's so relatable
So sad as
on
well.
a lot of a lot of different levels. Just you can put yourself in the position of these people and experience what they're going through with the turmoil. And yeah, Cisco has a little bit of a temper. Felt a little used by Garrick, but Garrick knew that's what had to be done. It's multi-layered. It's phenomenal. The scene I don't know is so super iconic. I mean, for Cisco, it absolutely is. If you're talking about Cisco moments, it's definitely up there. But in all of Star Trek, it's not going to be an S quality one for me. It is probably up there in the C range, I would think, but
The
maybe even D.
the problem is when you start getting it's a fake, they're not even close and iconic, right?
Yes, that's
Like,
something that's definitely known. Yeah.
so I'd say D at best because
Yeah.
instantly everything in D is more iconic. Because it's a culmination, right? The end and it's a fake are more iconic than this because there's so many good moments, you know.
Yeah.
But then they aren't, you know, they're standing against giants and they don't really compete, and that's okay, right? How many iconic moments can you have per episode?
Perfect.
I wonder if you just leave the security camera footage after that. You know, there'll be no proof of me
Who,
abusing.
Garrick or Cisco?
Well, whoever. For Cisco. I don't want proof that I beat up my tailor. Not a spy at all. Cough, cough, cough.
All right.
Oh, Terrence didn't know that. Interesting.
Kyle Wong throws in 10 pounds. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
The main protagonist is having his ass handed to him in laser sword fight with the main antagonist. But in the last minute, the antagonist tells the protagonist he is his daddy.
I mean, it's pretty iconic. I don't remember which episode that's from, though, Stuart. I'll be honest. Can you remember? Guys, in the chat, tell us if you remember what
episode 5.
episode. Oh, okay. Of which show?
Star Wars.
No, which Star Trek show, Stuart? The Star Trek rank of TOS, right?
Star Wars.
Oh.
The Star Trek Star Wars, yeah.
Oh. Well, we do have wars and
Star
Trek.
Trek, the Star Wars, yes.
But 10 is a silly thank you, so of course it's an S, because it absolutely beats, unfortunately, everything in S by a substantial mile. I mean, this would put everything in S like a B max, right? If you look at social, or even, you know what I mean? It's like not even close.
So we're doing our thing is if it's not Star Trek, it's not on the board.
10's very nice, though, and we like high. I like classic, we have to put things up. Joking.
It's fine, yeah.
Just put it to the far right, Stuart. Just fine. Just put it in the prestigious corner that we call it, which I just invented. There you go.
Perfect.
There we go. Oh, and Gorgon mentions about Drunk Troy. Do you have any drunk news to news the drunk of the news of us?
I do. This Saturday, join us for a Drunkyards, where I think we're doing something Strange New Worlds related.
Yeah. Close
Don't ask
out.
me, I just work here.
Yeah. Don't we all just work here? Yeah. Have our final summary on Strange Worlds Season 3. Help us be inebriated beyond belief to discuss, go back, see if it works, if it doesn't work. And help out our end of the month, of course, Sam's patented costume changes. If there were anything new. But you could force me to put my Rathak on and be very warm. You could. Don't, but you could.
That'll be, like 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Till 4 or 5-ish Eastern Standard Time. Who knows? But join us. We'll have fun. We'll hang out, get drunk. Well, we can't determine if we'll get drunk. That's kind of up to you guys. You guys kind of control the narrative in that regard. So,
and as we say, the PayPal, we get a lot more support per. So people want to put in 20 for a shot. Guess what? 20 for a shot on PayPal. So much more of that actually goes to us than on Super Chat. So we're going to try and keep an eye out for that, because it'll make a big difference in the grand scheme. So probably bonus sips for the same thing. Hey, everyone's a winner, right? Because literally just giving YouTube money if you put on the Super Chat for big things, you know. Like sometimes you guys put a 50, which is amazing. Put it on PayPal. That would be a lot. That would be a lot more.
Yeah. Yes.
Our bladders would thank you, but not our still thing.
So we're heading back to PayPal now. That was a nice segue from the drunken Troy to the drunk yards to the PayPal to the back to PayPal. Perfect. It's awesome. It's like a
Entirely
plan.
plannedly unplanned.
Anyway, Ray Ricks says Picard's monologue in the Drumhead on the witness stand. Absolutely iconic for multiple reasons in Picard world and in TNG land. But speeches are often forgotten or overlooked in some of these epic moment things. It is one of his better speeches. The meaning and the moral behind it super important, especially in times like this. And it'll never go out of fashion or out of date, I don't think.
I like
And
that. That's a good, yeah.
yeah, it's very much Picard at his finest in one of the best episodes of TNG, arguably. And yeah, I think it's very iconic, especially in the world of TNG and Picard in particular. So,
But how does it compare iconicness to Measure of a Man's speech? Right?
they're both pretty. Measure of Man might edge this one out a tad, but not much. Like a 0.01 percentage. Because they're both really epically awesome.
Whereas I'd say they're a distinct point difference. I think that one's more personal to the show as well, which helps it feel more oomph. Like this speech is good for humanity, but I can't remember exactly what it's about. It's just about being good, right? But I can't remember the specifics, whereas Measure of Man, it's very, very intimate. Like what's this about specifically, except the truth and
the
Sato,
first truth silence, the first whatever questioned, basically suspecting people without having sufficient evidence is a bad thing.
It is.
That's what this is about. It's more of a broad strokes speech, but yeah.
Okay, let's do it on a count of 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, go.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. C.
A.
Okay. Go for YA.
Go for YA.
Oh, just
go for young adults.
YA. YA. Why is it above Gorn?
Because of the message. It's just it's like I said, it's Picard at his finest, being eloquent and articulate and getting to the heart of the matter in as few words as possible, maybe. Maybe he strings it out a little bit.
Yeah, he's allowed to.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll say B. I'll change it to B.
And I was saying C just because Gorn feels more iconic. You know what I mean? Like those contrasts to me, matter in this regard.
Well, then, Enterprise approaching space dock is way more iconic for me than this. So that's kind of subjective.
100%. Like compromise is good as well.
I'll put in C for Captain Picard, I guess. I don't know. Don't care.
Well, no, B is fine. So I said C, you said A, so B is the obvious one. All good.
Okay, fine.
All good.
And then Ray goes on to say, the high ground again, that cultural representation in the UK with it being banned and only first being aired on TV in 2006. Not a great episode, in my opinion. So we're probably better off without it.
Yeah, weird one. I think I watched it first with you. Because, yeah, like he says, it was banned, therefore not seen. If you don't know it's banned, you're not necessarily looking for the episode, as in whatever. Oh, the lady porn was good. He's okay. It's not very iconic at all, really. I hadn't seen it until this. It's iconic in tone if you know, but if you didn't know it was banned, it wouldn't stand out particularly.
And I'm still not 100% sure. Like, I understand why it's banned, but I don't understand why it was banned for so long, if you know what I mean.
Oh, because it encouraged terrorism.
Oh, I understand that.
Yeah.
But
you just said you didn't. Yeah,
it's fucking Star Trek. could have been banned in a lot more places, is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
It's a silly thing to ban. I don't
Well,
know.
that the government at the time, right? Plus, if I have no idea, right? But if the person who pulled the string, the government, if their family died during terrorism, whatever, then would say this is person caused the thing, right? So don't know, but yeah, I don't think it's would not say it's iconic really.
It's not saying terrorism is good. It's saying the exact opposite. So the message is still there. So I don't understand.
Well, it's making
I just don't
terrorism
understand the
three dimensional.
stupidity. I know. I don't understand the stupidity of banning things like that because Star Trek's message is about
Oh, the old
this
Star
is wrong,
Trek.
here's why it's wrong, but I don't know. Whatever. It's just silly to me.
Yeah, and part of bad ideas is that you don't want to ban bad ideas because bad ideas most people think they're bad, as in society wise. Therefore, you want to show the bad ideas because then people can say it's a bad idea and you don't do it. If you ban bad ideas and then it can cause other problems later down the line because it's been banned, etc. etc.
Yes. Yes.
Imagine if we never talked about the Nazis. Not that you do in real life, but imagine if that was just banned from talking. The lessons wouldn't be learned.
Yes.
So you do talk about it, and it sucks. But yeah, not iconic in the Star Trek way. Unfortunately.
All right. So back to super chats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Richard Lal, £5. Gotta be the Federation fleet charging the Dominion in Sacrifice of Angels Part 2.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think it's iconic for different reasons than some people might, I guess. I just love seeing all the ships doing their thing. A lot of people might think it's iconic because, hey, look, they're making a push to end this war. But it's good the fucking ship. It's it's iconic as far as a ship lover goes, 1,000%, because we don't see a lot of these big battles in Star Trek necessarily. So to see this realized so well and so dynamically was awesome. But as for the general viewer, it's just a moment. It's like I said, a push towards a victory. They're not iconic. It's not iconic to them for the visuals of the ships weaving and ducking, and it's the symbology of it for them, which doesn't matter to me. I just like the ships.
Yeah, and it still holds up very well. Light notwithstanding, it's creative. The scale is absurd. You know, and also it's a multi-shot sequence where, of course, every single shot has to be expensive and thought through, and so every shot hits in terms of quality and whatever. Yeah, I think this is iconic in that it was so unheard of, and the fact that the lighting is so much better than Babylon 5. I would imagine that the day this is released, if you showed general audiences like non-Trek fans and said, look at this space battle, where would you put that on in modern day? Obviously the original Star Wars would look better, but then say, well, look at the scale. I think it might be one of the best battle space battles on TV, right? Is there anything better in 1996 as a space battle that has this much scale and good looking? Episode 6, of course, but that's a massive motion picture, right? Right? So it's pretty epic in that regard. If you're a DS9 fan, which I am, but if that's your favorite show, it's got to be one of the most iconic things in the show. You'd think that it symbolizes, like you said, we didn't care as much as the pushing forward. But I would put this as a C because it's such a because it is a it's not this one shot, it's the entire sequence, right? And the episode, it's now they've got past the enemy line. We are now going to DS9. We're now progressing the story forward into the final act of the entire DS9 arc, right? So yeah.
All right.
This guy's got some really interesting options now. As I try.
Classic for real, $5. Strange New World Season 3. What is Starfleet? The infamous technical readout graphic. Right crew count, at least. Uh, yes, the crew is correct. Woohoo!
So
Most of the important details aren't. So
yeah, and look how dark the ship is as well. Not a huge deal, but
it's enough.
I mean, it's oh, what's the word? Where it's famous for the wrong reasons.
Infamous.
There we go. It's infamous. But I mean, could you even fill a football field with those that know that size is wrong? Right? Who's in the audience and care?
But yeah, there's the difference between those who know and those who care.
Yeah.
Because some know and don't care.
Also true. Also true. Like, I'm sure,
You shives.
thank you. You knew exactly where I was going.
Fucking knew. I was thinking his name as I started saying the sentence before you even said the thing. So yeah, I knew what we were doing there. So
I thought Dave Cullen for a second, like, that's the wrong Dave. Or it's to Steve, that's wrong. Yeah. I think he would care more. Yeah. Yeah. Infamous, yes. Iconic, not really. Yeah. Although, first Stranger Worlds at the board. Yeah, what have we actually got franchise-wise? Nothing from Voyager yet. What the hell? Nothing from Prodigy, nothing from Lower Decks, nothing from... Yeah, okay, everything else represented. Lord DS9. Lord DS9. Got Discovery before Voyager.
we do have another PayPal from Ray, but I'm going to read that after the next classic for real one. He's been a member for 29 months at the rank of ensign. It's a season 1, episode 1 of Trekyards. Sam and Stuart meet for the first time. Well, we didn't meet for the first time in episode 1 because that would just be silly.
Yep.
Romulan Warbird TOS.
I picked a bad shot for us both, by the way, on purpose.
I see this.
Yep. The box that I couldn't fix because it was part of the software. I just didn't use that thing anymore.
There we go.
Yeah. Have I changed? Does my face look different? I mean, yes,
a little
but
bit. So it's not as you're not as pudgy anymore. You're a little bit more elongated in the
which
face.
makes no sense because I'm probably heavier than I was then.
It's all in brain storage. That's why you're heavier.
I have learned a lot.
So where are we putting this epic moment?
I mean, it's a universe defining moment, Stuart. Without that, we would not be here. So I think that's definitely an S.
We'll put it beside Mr. Vader.
Yes.
Papa Vader.
We have a place for the most iconic of iconics.
Perfect.
But thanks for the call out. That's nice of you. Thank you.
All right. Now we'll do Ray's PayPal.
Super.
We are the cutest of Borg. Yes, we are the cutest of Borg.
Is there a pug picture that you sent me with that? That's one of the famous ones you like to send out. Am I thinking of the right picture? Pug with that half?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, this was a moment that kind of kicked you in the teeth a little bit, like, oh my God. And at this point, you didn't think that it was to be possible to reverse the Borgification. So you're like, we've lost Picard.
No reason to think
The next thing,
otherwise.
his first officer is going to be shooting at the ship he's on. So it's like, yeah, we've definitely lost him. But yeah, absolutely. Like I said, a real kick to the balls moment. So absolutely iconic. Yes. So many different reasons. Looking back now, it's kind of like underwhelming because it's like, you know where this goes, but that's with everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, how few moments still have impact when you, right? Yeah, this I think is interesting because it's not just the moment; it's the visual. Because he only wore this twice, right? Once for First Contact and once for this. So every clip you've ever seen from any flashback or whatever is always this episode, this footage, right? So the same age, same stoic non-face. It's seeped into our conscious as Trek fans of being that is the moment, right? And I love what you said there. There's zero reason to think he could ever be deborgified at this point. Like, he was dead.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of silly now thinking back how easy it was. Well, obviously how easy, but like, it must have been the assumption he was gone. Like, to almost to the nth degree. So it was actually kind of a twist. He was able to be brought back. Luckily, I spent an episode helping.
And it was even worse than death, because it's like a living death, because he was still alive. Saw the tear and stuff, but
Yeah.
so he's not dead.
Yeah.
You have to accept that he's now in there. Yeah, so it was actually kind of brutal.
Well, and very possibly, and totally justifiably, he could have been the villain for season 5. Right? He could have been going from main character to villain over a season. Totally would have made sense, right? And there could have been fan debates about that. So that's a really huge moment. For me, him is the moment is more iconic than Fire because it resonates more.
100%.
I'm inching at S because I think it's such a peak, like, oh damn, to as you say, worse than death, your main character. So that's why I'm gonna. Okay, cool.
No, I totally agree with that.
I think if they'd never use a visual again, it would not be S. But because any time, it's always this. So it really, like I said, seeped into my soul.
All right. Kyle Wong, 5 pounds. Next Generation Lower Decks. When Picard announces Cito's lost in action, saddest moment in Trek.
It's so fascinating, these episodes of like what people resonate with.
Is that this one?
Yeah, it's just him doing a log thing. I get why it's powerful, but I would not even think about this moment in this concept. But I get what you said it, but I wouldn't think about it. Isn't that interesting?
Yep. No, I'm right there with you. Like, yes, when you think about it, it's super iconic in its own way, but it's not one that instantly comes to mind when you say iconic Star Trek moments. So for me, that's going to have to make it an F. As cool as it is and as impactful as it is. And again, not a lot of people are going to know. A lot of the general audience might not know who Cito is. If you say, remember that when Picard announced that Cito was dead? Like, no, what? No.
Sato from Enterprise?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, I feel you guys are putting him in, but I this has got to be one of the lowest Fs. Again, compare this to bombing Earth, cliffhanger season 3 of Enterprise. Like,
I actually think that Trip becoming pregnant is more iconic than this moment.
I would slightly agree.
It's more memorable. I
would slightly agree. And that's so harsh, but yeah. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. We support you supporting us.
Richard Lau, 5 pounds.
Wonderful.
Enterprise D returning in Picard season 3 had a huge smile on my face the entire time. Oh yeah, that's absolutely a thing. And we got to thank Terry Matalis for that, because not only did we think this ship was dead,
well, we saw
it in dialogue.
It was moving.
She won't be able to be, recovered. This just made everybody's like Trek pride swell inside them and brought tears to eyes. Made the hair stand up on the back of your neck. So it's really like exciting moment. And that compared with the music and everything, it's just absolutely iconic. Yeah, this is gonna be an S for me. And it's one of the newest Trek memories, but it was built on the history that was TNG, so it's got a lot going for it.
It's funny, this moment would not have worked any near the same if Modern Trek wasn't such a disappointment, because having a genuinely decent season and the fact they gave a shit enough to actually correctly replicate the Enterprise D and not modify it, not make it shiny, not Enterprise G it, just do it as every old Trek would have, because guess what? They brought the original Trek team back, etc., is you do not expect it, so therefore it hits double as hard. If this episode had been, or this season, let's say, in 2012, right after Into Darkness, then we know the TV show, like, oh, that's cool, yeah. But disappointing shows, we finally get respect. It felt like, and done well. And music was absolutely, GOAT level. I mean, this is definitely a moment. And I obviously my era of Trek. How few moments are there you remember where you were? Like Fire, right? Is not this close to the Fire moment? Even if part 2 is more disappointing for cool value, is not this the Mr. War Fire of our generation for epicness, right? It's just there is nothing in Discovery or Lower Decks or Strange Worlds that even comes close. This is absolutely an S, for all the reasons, 100%.
Yeah. I just realized I didn't finish Ray Rix's.
Oh, good.
Go back to Ray Rix's for a second.
Hey,
he's a part 2 because he's PayPal, so he gets 2 for 1, right?
There's the job.
I have been and always shall be your friend, Wrath of Khan.
Yes.
Yeah. The culmination of this friendship, and the realization that Kirk was complaining earlier in this movie that he was getting old, and now he's losing his best friend,
who he once was on Farragut with, and had a mind meld with, and really deepens the moment, Stuart. Really.
Fuck yeah! I forgot all about that.
Remember that one time?
Just happened.
One time, I said not to look at my mind about Orion. You're a pervert. I know I was. Wait, no, he's not dying. No. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, this was like the pinnacle moment of the franchise to that point.
Yeah.
Because kind of everything came to a head, and these 2 people you've grown up with or watched for all these years, one of them's dying now and leaving the other kind of cut loose, just hanging in the wind, feeling old and useless as it is.
Is this the first death of TOS? The TOS franchise?
Well, no, I mean, Scotty died in the Changeling.
Well, I mean,
killed by
permanent death.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was no, I say that as if it's a common thing. Only Tasha dies, right? Every other, and then Kes kind of, it's not. So really, there's only a few deaths.
Yeah. So this was a real heavy hitter, and felt like the end for a lot of people. But that was kind of the point. So yeah, this is absolutely iconic.
What I appreciate as well is that there's not that many things where, even though it is undone, it still maintains the weight of it. Because that is rare, right? For it still to be as powerful, because it isn't as powerful definitionally because it's undone, but it still is. So well done them for doing that. It has all the same power. Yeah, no, iconic moment, tremendous. It is the small moment at the end of a giant episode, etc., etc. Yeah, it's and it's also in like a cringe in this level because he's having to act with silly makeup and against glass. Like, you know what I mean? You could play it for more silly camp, not camp, but it's so intense and real. And I would imagine that they had fun in the sense of, god damn, we had a lot of this was hard to play. But as actors, I'm sure they were just thrilled by how drained they felt after this scene, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's Ness. This is yeah.
Good job, Ray. Giving us some good ones.
Yeah.
All right, back to Ray Ricks, but a super chat this time, £5. The High Ground was banned because it talks about Irish unification at the height of IRA attacks in London. Yes, I'm aware. But still, they're trying to make a point that terrorism's not bad, okay? Or not good, okay? So why ban it? There's obviously always 2 sides to it. I'm not going to get into it. It's just fucking stupid that it was banned. Let's put it that way.
I won't go into political stuff either way, so I'm not going to continue that. Yeah, but the allegory doesn't work quite as well now. Certainly as someone who lived post IRA, it all seems absurd to me anyway. It's like it's a small amount of people,
Yeah.
and it's just nonsensical to the nth degree. I couldn't imagine being there and being like, this makes sense. It's like, no, it doesn't make any sense.
Will you be getting GT?
Perfect.
Good stuff,
Moving
good
on.
stuff. But thank you. Those in the chat that don't know.
Good. Good. Some more super chats, and then we got some more PayPals as well.
Beautiful.
So. Kyle Wong, 5 pounds. Bridge crew sitting down for a meal, and then one of the officers starts screaming and convulsing, resulting in an alien bursting out of their chest. Oh yes.
It's pretty iconic. I love how I found the one shot of behind the scenes where you can see Ash laughing. It's a clear shot. Okay. Have you seen Alien Earth yet, Stuart? Because it just all came out.
I know it did.
Have you binged it yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
Not yet.
Okay. That's okay.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
Do you remember watching this the first time? Do you have that memory?
Watching this the first time?
As in, and did you know it was going to happen or not? Kind of thing.
No, because I watched it young enough that I didn't know it was going to happen, but I don't remember watching it the first time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. For me, it was I was limited by, the VHSs in the house. And I remember I must have been like 12, 13, 14, and I would while Dad was working, Mum was who the hell knows where, I'd sneak at the VHSs and Dad's not going to move for the next 2 hours, and I'll play the film at like 6% volume, and they didn't know I was. How could you not know? Why is he silent for 2 hours? And so I watched it with almost no volume, which meant the scare factor was a lot less because I can't make anybody hear it. I still love the movie, but the moment itself isn't that scary when you can't hear it. There's no tension. I probably haven't watched it much since, but I haven't watched it like as a full movie. I did all the DVDs when they came out. I should watch it in 4K at some point. It'd be interesting to see all the guts. But yeah, obviously it's an S iconic for sure in our Star Trek lineup. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. Oh shit! Did I miss one?
I don't know.
I did.
Okay.
Richard Law, 5 pounds. Scorpion Part 1 opening scene, 2 cubes destroyed with ease was shocking. Do you have an image for this?
We do. I have so many things that I've prepped. Kablooey.
Oh yes. It's impressive. I don't know if iconic would be the word I would use. It was exciting, shocking.
Shocking's a good one.
I just can't say that iconic works for me. It's not a visual I really log away in my brain as far as iconic moments.
However, the shot where the Borg cubes fly past Voyager is iconic. Because this is such a tremendous opening, but I rewatched it. It's just this, then a face of black. I don't know who. It's a great what, but for me, this is a great setup. But there are, or the shot of the mountain of Borg corpses. That's more iconic to me. This is a blink and you'll miss it, big moment. But I don't think it's iconic in the same way as a lot of other Scorpion is, which is definitely an iconic episode for sure. But I don't think this is one of those moments. It's cool, but I wouldn't have put it up there.
Yep.
Even Voyager being pulled away by the cube, and it's like or more like Janeway talking to the Borg collective. That's iconic. If this is an absurd moment, right? Wow, we're doing this. That's more iconic than this to me. So I guess a F, even though the episode has iconic moments.
All right. That resized properly. Hit the like button, guys, if you haven't already. 29 likes, 29 people here. Can we hit 30 likes? One more like would be great. All right. Richard Law, 5 pounds. Unification part Spock mind melding with Picard and learning how much Sarek loved and respected him.
That's what I'm getting right now.
Yeah, okay.
Because I got the PayPal's update, apparently. Bam. Spock in his low-key costume.
Where? Oh, there it is. Come on, load. Ah, yes. Yeah, the meeting of generations, essentially, before the movie Generations, was a pretty big deal. And considering that Spock had mind melded with Kirk in the past, so you get the sense that there's a real passing the baton almost, because Picard gets to, however indirectly, gets to kind of be in touch with Kirk. I thought was super exciting at the time when I was younger. So it's fairly iconic. And yeah, to just see the TOS and the TNG kind of come together was great. So not so much in hindsight, but at the time it was a pretty epic thing for sure. Don't know how iconic this would be necessarily, but
Stuart,
that's all I got to say.
I forgot it was in the episode. It's the last, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And nothing changes from it. There's no payoff whatsoever. In the abstract, right? I'd say it's not very iconic at all, as is my entire disappointment for Unification Part 1 and 2. It's not iconic. It should have been. It really wasn't. So I'm going to give an F. I'm sorry. It's just not. Again, Xindi weapon as a big thing for the show, And ironically enough, I say it's more iconic the Data and Spock scene when they're having the talking, because that's the two characters that are the allegory of each other having fun. That was almost more iconic to me, because that's something we all kind of want to see. We never thought, I wish I could see Spock mind meld Picard and right? It didn't come from anywhere else particular. I get why it's cool, but
Yeah.
Now, had it been on the Enterprise and Spock in uniform, right? Then that would see Spock in full TNG. Then you would have the iconic value. Then you see the generations link. But I always felt disappointed that Spock was so removed from his own. I should have seen him in the uniform as well. That's just.
Right, Jan Tiberius, €2, but Classic for Real tops it up. Fully funding Jan Tiberius is super. Spock saying, "I like science." In Discovery.
It's pretty iconic.
It's pretty iconic for Discovery. Yep. Kind of exemplifies the stupid. But overall, not iconic.
I want to give a D out as a protest vote, though.
Iconically stupid.
Yeah. Which ironic.
Fine, I'll put it at D.
Because
it's memorable.
And if we had the Hal's scream, there are a few iconic universe moments that would probably higher up on the list as well, because it's just so iconically, oh no, right? Because that is one of the few things we'll talk about forever from Discovery, right? It's like
it's true.
It's like one of my big jokes of all the Star Wars is they fly now. It's such a non-joke, but that's one of the few things that lives from that film. We would say that's one of the most iconic things of that film, and it's such a non-joke. But it's the thing we talk about. Oi. Okay, so many PayPals to catch up on, so absolutely huzzah. They should all be on your right.
All right. Mark Lawrence says, "Need Voyager? Let's go with Split and Tuvox." Yeah, I'd say it's iconic, and it's in a bad way.
Well, I like science, right? But
Again,
but bad, not stupid. Yeah.
Yes, always talked about, and for its super controversial nature. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, because you can get on it for a bad way. So I would kind of argue C for this, just because of the amount of I don't understand why it's that talked about, which makes it absurdly iconic. Because you don't hear about the E coming in often. You do hear about this, right? Either
Stuck with people because people didn't agree with the decision.
Yeah. Like, literally, I'm sure you saw it because I sent it to you. I'm sure about that very soon. The trailer for the new Voyager game, even better trailer. This is also a call out. That's one of the selling points of the trailer, is the Tuvok storyline, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be at least a C, right? I think you could probably argue a B for how dumb the iconic is. What do you think? Because it's one of the few
I would
zeitgeist.
say B personally.
Yeah, go for B. I don't fully get it. It's like the threshold, right? Those salamanders would also be absurdly iconic for all the wrong reasons.
Yes.
They went beyond.
They
Gosh,
crawl now.
that's our first Voyager. And it's a peak. Oh no, second Voyager. Okay, phew. Oh,
All right. Classic for real. It's funding Devo 77X. Suggestion of Star Trek Lower Decks, the Cerritos rescuing the USS Archimedes.
thank you for having a Lodex one, because
Don't remember this moment at all.
Well, it's after it stripped naked, and they ejected the bridge window, not window. It was flying into the atmosphere with spilled coffee on your lady.
I still don't remember this moment, so
yeah,
describe it all you like. It's not gonna help. So
great episode. Not my second part of the episode for me, anyway. But yeah, if you'd said the Lower Decks Titan coming in, that's pretty epic. That's pretty iconic. That would hit in a way, because that's memorable, right? Wow, we brought Riker back, brought Cannon back, whatever. Yeah, sorry, Lower Decks, F as well. There are much more iconic. It's great.
it is.
But it's
Looks like a great scene. Wish I could remember it.
You're welcome. Yeah. Oof. Sorry, Lower Decks. Yeah. He didn't come in swinging. Almost.
Well, Mark Lawrence is back because he's awesome.
He is.
He says, "Okay, I'll cave to pressure."
Oh.
Spock mind melds with the whales.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows Gracie's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Gracie does. Yep. Again, a fantastic movie, standout movie. A lot of non-Star Trek fans love and appreciate this movie. And to be fair, I didn't really know that you could mind meld with different creatures up to this point. You got the Horta, I guess, but I mean, whales are sentient, so I guess that kind of makes sense. But honestly, I remember seeing this and going, "That's cool that you can do that." And I love the idea. There's a theory that this is what causes them to get the whales in cetacean ops for the Enterprise D, because they started communicate a dialogue back and forth with the aquatic mammals. I think that's kind of cool. So, guess it's iconic. I wouldn't have clocked it as an iconic moment personally, but
So I threw in one bonus one from this film that I consider more iconic. This film is full of iconic moments, which means the bar is so right. They have a contrast point. So for me, and this is the second moment. I think the mind meld is the least of these three.
and then here's yours, which is way more iconic. Double dumbass on you.
Yeah, I think that right. It's just so well done, iconic. Where would you place that one? Because I obviously threw it as a bonus.
Double dumbass on you?
Yeah.
It's got to be at least a B for me.
Yeah.
Because it's so memorable. It's so funny. It's kind of out of character for Kirk, but he's trying to blend in at the same time.
But also, it feels exactly like Piece of the Action Kirk.
Yeah.
It's just put good. I would hearken to bet that after this film, Double Dumbass on You was throughout playgrounds across the nation. Not for very long, but for some. Yeah. So I would say that, yeah, I would agree. At least B. because it's just so like lovably, not the most kind of that moment, but it's just something about that moment has gone past the film itself. Kind of like Alameda. That's more internal, I think, Trekdom. This is more just so weird. My meld, I just
D at best.
Yeah.
An F at worst.
Yeah. And then the second one he then said was the Gracie's pregnant. Very close together moments.
I don't think he meant two separate moments. Just one
Do
led
you
to the other.
Okay, fair enough.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can rank them both because we did put in 10 for it. So
Yeah, I think that's even less.
they are not the hell your whales moment.
Right in the middle. So for me, like the Italian scene's more iconic. The do you like Italian? Yes. No. Yes.
Yes, no. And so do you.
Yeah. Oh, Taylor Trask. That is a good one, sir. That is a hell of a one.
All right, let's see what we got next. Next PayPal. Yes. All right, Bray Ricks. Won the Riker maneuver. Which one?
I give it a shot. Hold on. Well, bam.
It came to define the character, give its own name. Yeah, it's pretty iconic. Love the reasoning for it too. He hurt his back, so it was hard to sit on the chairs. So he did this odd choice, but okay. Anyway, because they had such low chairs in 10 forward, it was easy to do.
He did it for everything else after. And he just did a convention like 3 months ago where he had a very good answer about this, because before YouTube he never realized that this happened a lot. He knew he did it, but not a lot. And he actually watched the supercut and he was like, oh,
yeah,
I do it way more than I ever thought I was going to. And then he gets it, and because he obviously it looks very different how it looks now, he feels like a different person to him now, kind of. So he's like, yeah, yep, that was the thing I did. Oops, entirely unintentional zeitgeist.
I want to say A because until I knew it was a thing, I didn't realize it was a thing. Kind of like what you just said with him. But yeah, once you notice it, once you know about it and you're looking for it, it's like all the fucking time. But I couldn't say that it would have clocked with me without external influence. So,
Well, it's not the same, but it's when you realize that James Doohan has one less finger,
yeah.
and then you look for it, and you can never not have it somewhere in the back of your mind.
Yep.
I would. The only reason I'll say B, because I like all the logic, is because Picard maneuver or Riker maneuver, Picard wins. I think Picard's A, Riker would be B. It's iconic, but less, because Picard is so much more iconic if you're doing the two joke ones. That'd be my rationale.
Okay, I'm fine with a B. B for bad back. Perfect.
100%, yeah. That's a fun shout. As a fun shout out.
And Ray's other one is Voyager Janeway murdering Tuvix or saving Neelix and Tuvok.
Which we did.
Yes.
Same moment. So I'm gonna double down the Equinox one to come. So read the Equinox, I threw in a second one from the same episode, which is the next one in the PayPal. Which is amazing. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. It really does.
Janeway dressing down Captain Ransom after she discovers the horrible experiments that the Equinox crew had been running.
What I put in, just for contrast, is the moment that Janeway basically almost murders the crewman. She goes Cisco.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I would say that one is more iconic because it's crossing the line a la Cisco versus being a strong captain. Would you agree that my one is a more iconic moment of the episode? Or the two-parter?
Yes. From a certain point of view.
Okay. Because she doesn't go that dark very often.
I think most people are going to remember the speech more. Like
Really?
the dressing down
Huh.
would be my guess.
Huh.
I could be wrong, but
No, I just remember thinking 'cause the acting's so good. The fact that Chico has to go against her, which is oddly out of character, as in he really should do it more because he's a mucky officer. He's way too nice. Yeah. So where would you rank? Where do you vote both of these? Because both pretty iconic. But like I said, I think the rationale of one, because the talk down is more about Ransom's dialogue and his amazing cell, not her doing it. If you know what I mean. At least from what I recall, I remember more his side of the conversation.
we need another A, so we'll put the Janeway out of character as an A for me.
Cool.
Ransom bit probably a B.
I'm not going to fight on Voyagers. I probably said B for each, or C. But hey, I'll take a win for Voyager. Voyager's underrepresented. Get some love to Voyager.
As it should be.
Yeah. But without, because we're rounding down briefly in chat. What's the most iconic Voyager moment? Just spam with that. I'm interested because people didn't put them in necessarily. So what is your most iconic Voyager moment? As in, I mean, some people did, but very underrepresented here. So have a think. Stuart will think. I'll read out the poll. Final results. So Stuart can give me an answer with 65 votes. One poll for the entire live. What is the most iconic of Khan's death, Kirk's death, Picard's death, or Data's death? Well, we started the poll with 0 votes on Data, and he has come up to go beyond that. But Khan's death has remained the victor the entire time at 49%, with Kirk's death 37%, Data's death going up to 11%, and Picard's death from Picard Season 1 getting at least one person. So that person? Alright.
Your trolling has been successful.
Wow.
You can't be goddamn serious.
Taylor T, yes, if you can, that would absolutely help. We get 30% more, plus at the end of the month we get more as well, so as in get less taken away. So 100%. Appreciate you.
Yeah, didn't we just read that one? Yeah.
No, he was saying, is that better? Yes, that would be better in the long run. Thank you. Yeah, so what would you consider Voyager's most iconic moment or moments? What would be in there for you?
Yeah. Honestly, just arriving at Earth is epic. I just wish it would have been followed up by something. Trying to think of something else that just pops in my head. Oh, the Devil Planet fake Voyager. That was such a heavy hitting episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Can't remember the name of it, but yeah, I think that one stands out to me for sure.
Yeah, that one, Chaotica episode, because it's so visually unusual. The microbacteria episode, Die Hard on a thing, that's iconic to me. Obviously Threshold, that's iconic. I love Hope and Fear. The Getting Home but not episode, that's iconic for me. Fear, that's iconic. Fear creature. The Voth, everyone likes the Voth. That's pretty iconic. Personally, for me, when the planet is going at the wrong speed, that's iconic to me for just the science of it. But I can see what it would be.
That's a fun episode. Yeah.
When Kess...
Salamanders.
Yeah. When Kess goes pregnant almost. Just the acting, that's really good. It's weird, but it's good. Equinox in general, both parts. Anytime scrolling a page about Voyager. Seven's first appearance, and then at the end, ending her in an absurdly sexy suit, given that she was a zombie for the whole episode. What? It's pretty iconic. Loads of,
Right. Cool. Well, this is one we can definitely... Actually, we should whittle it down to movies, TOS, each series in particular when we do it next.
Well, that'll change the bar, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that'll make it far more comparable. Because how do you compare a 50-year-old moment that resonates with the Cerritos saving a ship from 2 years ago? It's kind of hard to compare, right?
But anyway, yeah, thank you
Damn.
guys. We'll be revisiting this again at some point.
Oof.
This broad smattering as well, which is fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. And yeah, tune in on Saturday. Saturday we're gonna do Drunkyards in the afternoon.
Yes.
Starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And come and join us. We'll be talking about Strange New Worlds Season 3. Doing a kind of retrospective, just kind of hangout fun time.
But let's be honest, if you super chat a drink with a comment about something else, we'll talk about something else as well.
It's basically, hanging out with you guys, talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. So
with the added bonus that when we get to the season finale again, we might be hammered, so have even more fun things to say about Patel's god powers. That's how that works. All right.
So
Jesus, classic. We're just finishing. Could you not tell?
Yeah, we were just done. All right, let's do it. Last for real, $5. Probably last super. Finding Dan Band, Kim's, yes. Sure.
In Timeless.
And the flyer exploding in Voyager Timeless.
Now, I'm going to slightly override that just so we can have a genuine on the board, like top tier.
No more though after this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to slightly override that and say Voyager's Crash. Because for me, that's more iconic than those things. Well, Kim's...
Crash is, head over heels more iconic.
I mean, acting-wise, obviously Kim's Yes is amazing, but I think the Crash is properly, like... I mean, it looks amazing now. That's... shit. Because it's real, also.
I don't even know what Kim's Yes means.
Oh, it's at the end when he sends the signal to change everything. He says, yes! And then he blows up and dies.
Ah.
The fact that he'd be happy at 1 second to death. But I want to... That would also be potentially high on a general list, but not in this list. But I think this is good at least to see.
For me, it's higher.
Great. I mean, we've never seen a crash like this, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. For me, this is probably an A.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. It's classic fair. Yeah. Go for an A. It's really, it's an iconic episode as well. But yeah, it's an iconic. I mean, they did not skip a beat. They went full on here, and you feel it, right? Yeah. And I mean, this won an Emmy, I believe. I think.
But yeah. And yeah, the yes explosion thing, I mean, I think this is way more iconic, the crashing ship, personally, but
so slight tweak on that, guys, but I felt like we knew a winning one there. Yeah, it was nominated for an Emmy Award. And that's TV, right? So, yeah.
Cool.
All right, beautiful. Super
All
duper.
right.
We'll see you very soon for Things and Bobs.
Absolutely.
Maybe talk about the Voyager game trailer, because it was a good looking trailer. A lot of good stuff in that. And it's not a fake at all.
That's why you said that. Makes me think it's a fake.
Sorry.
But, anyway, until next time, guys, he's Commander Cook.